It is Wednesday. We are wizards, and it's time for our weekly cult meeting, Wizard Wednesday. Channeling in from the Quantum Downs, it's Sami Kitty, and joining me today is
the disgraced cult leader, Elf.
And Dota, hello. Hi, Sammy.
Hi, guys.
Sammy, nice intro.
Long
Welcome to Wizard
time.
Wednesday.
So if you guys are all wondering why I'm up here doing the intro, it's because I actually just had my first wizard meetup in Miami. And that was beyond epic, you guys. I mean, honestly, that's an understatement. I got to hang out with Elf and Bear and Cosmo and Tanya and Panico and a bunch of other wizards.
And not Jitsi.
Twice, actually. Oh, not Jitsi, unfortunately, but twice. And that surely wasn't enough. That tweet that Bear posted about that Elf posted, Bear made me party all night and now I'm dead or whatever. Yeah.
How true was that?
Understand.
Yeah.
Truer words have never been spoken before.
Exactly.
But you guys, honestly, just for the cult in general, I really could not imagine meeting a better group of people. Like, Wizard Cult is amazing. Forgotten Runes is so much more than just NFTs. Like, it was so nice to meet a group of people from so many different places, and like we all just came together and got along so well, and it was just like the best time ever. Not to create FOMO, Jitsi, sorry, but
Are we doing Wizard Wednesday right now? Is this happening? Sorry.
Yeah, Sammy did the intro.
Sammy's the new cult leader, Bear. I forgot to tell you.
That's fine.
Oh yeah, that you were.
I'm fine with that. Whatever Sammy says, we're good.
Yeah.
We talked about me doing the intro, and it started out as a joke, and here we are.
And now it's a reality. Well, it's also because, Sammy, you've never actually come up on Wizard Wednesday, and so I think we all thought this would be like the best way for you to get you up here.
Yeah, I've always been too scared to talk on the Spaces, and they were like, "You're so easy to talk to in real life. Like, what are you scared of?"
Exactly.
And now I realize shouldn't have been scared. Hi guys, I'm Sammy Kitty.
Sammy, you can stay up here as long or as little as you want, but I do want to ask you to tell one brief story.
Okay, I'd love to.
Yeah, so some of my favorite things you said in Miami, you were talking about, you explained the cult to one of your friends, and she has no idea what you're talking about. It's so funny. Can you describe that whole scenario?
Yeah, I can. Is my mic still on? Yeah. Let me just pull up the text even, just because it is just so funny. All I have to do is search in my text wizard, and then let's see how this goes. So I have a friend. Her name's Emily. She's actually my best friend. And she would not really understand.
You mean she wouldn't understand this cult of wizards?
Oh, yeah. I mean, not that most people.
Do you really need to be friends with her? I think maybe it might be time.
Okay,
to cut ties,
well,
to be
listen,
honest.
I tried to explain. So we were talking, and she was asking me like what I was doing on a random night. And I just decided, I'm close enough friends with her. I'm just going to tell her exactly what I'm doing. And I was like, so yeah, I'm just talking to my wizard friends. And she was like, I'm sorry, like, what do you mean? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm talking to my friends, like, from this wizard cult I'm in. And she's like, what? And then I kind of tried to explain that it was an NFT project and like whatever, but she doesn't know what a Discord is. And then she kept saying to me like, okay, so what do you and the wizards talk about? And I'm like, well, we talk about like what they look like. And she's like, so you go into a chat every day and talk about what a wizard looks like. Like, this just can't be real. And I'm like, well, there's 10,000 different wizards. And then she goes, okay, so you talk to them every day about 10,000 different wizards. And then like, I was like, look, so I took a screenshot of the Discord and I was talking about Mester Brown's Aspra doll. And I had said like, and I quote, like, Aspra doll is love and light. And she was like, who the hell is Aspra doll? And then I sent her a picture of the Aspra doll and she's like, that's not a doll.
It's like the more you explained, the more confusing it became.
And then I told her that I regretted telling her, and that I didn't really think that we could be friends anymore.
but then you were like, okay, I got to go to a goblin party now.
And then after I told Alf, I thought it was so funny. We hadn't talked about it in a few days. So then the next time that I talked to her was the night of the Goblin Town rave, and she was like, "Hey, what are you doing today?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna actually meet up with my wizard friends. We're going to the Goblin Town rave." And she was like, ...
That's so good.
Why doesn't the world understand?
They just don't get it, you know, but we very much get it, and I'm so glad we do, you know.
Heck yeah.
Agree. Well, yeah, that's awesome, Sammy. I'm so glad you came up today. If you ever want to give an intro for Wizard Wednesday again, let me know.
Love to.
And I'm gonna put that invitation out to almost anyone in the cult. I think it's fun to get different intros from different people.
Yeah,
wait. Did you say almost everyone?
Yeah, almost. We have to curate this list.
Some
a little
people
bit.
are blacklisted.
All on that. All
for
on
sure.
That.
Like Cheddar Bob, you are not invited because you will just do some obnoxious.
Oh, come on!
Wow!
I'll stand up for you, Cheddar Bob.
Yeah, Cheddar Bob, I got you.
I'll stand up for you.
I saw some people talking about cucumber dogs being the decline of
exactly
of the universe.
Floor price associated with the number of cucumber dogs in Discord.
Yeah, I love giving Cheddar Bob shit about the cucumber dogs. So yeah, no, we've got a big show today. I would say about 90% of the show is going to be part 2 of us going into excruciating detail about part 2 of our Miami trip. Just kidding, we're not going to do that again. We will do a few more highlights, but that pretty much dominated last week's show. I also want to talk about the Goblin Town game that we've got going. As you can see, the Goblin Town's got a new Twitter account started. Goblin Town, do you want to make a quick comment real quick? Perfect. That's exactly what I thought you would say.
Exactly. Yeah, I second that.
Kind of scary.
Yeah.
Is that what a scree is supposed to?
That was like? So good.
That's a scree. Yeah.
That's a real scree. Wow.
Yeah. It's really authentic. And then I'm going to do some White Hat lore later. We'll talk about cult content, and but first let's do some cult questions. We got a lot of cult questions today. So Schlee.eth asked, win game. I'm not sure exactly which game you're talking about. The Runiverse game is certainly in production. You should follow that Twitter for all updates. But perhaps they're talking about the Goblin Town game, which will also be a big topic today. So let's hold off on that. SPZ asked, will we be getting Necro ponies for Xmas this year? The answer is no Necro ponies. However, we do have a Wismas event in the works. I don't know if we should say too much about that. Dunn or Bear, do you guys want to say anything about that?
Yeah, I think it'll just be for fun. I don't think we're going to issue any tokens for it. That's an important part to know.
Yep, true that. I mean, we were going to issue some tokens, but it just didn't feel right, especially on the heels of Halloween. But it'll still be a fun event nonetheless. And then J-Mender, his question is, let Bear rant about his excitement. Bear, the cult asks, so...
They won't let me. I'm not allowed to rant. I want to rant so badly. But I will
oh,
say
is this where you referenced your tweet about how you're so excited about all the things we have in the works?
Yeah, I was just saying, like I know a lot of people are feeling pretty dark about things. Not everybody, but there's that maybe a little bit of that sentiment going around. And I was just thinking, from my perspective, I'm surrounded by light. There's so many damn things that we are working on that I think would really be a positive impact on us and the cult. But I'm never allowed to talk about stuff. That's my job until it's done. So I'll be that dude. And I guess, I mean, I'm gonna feel great, and then you guys will feel great soon too.
Yeah, there's like 5 or 6 things in the hoppers, and it's like collaborations with other people of one degree or another, and they mostly all like aren't kind of ready for us to talk about it publicly. So that's a bummer, but whatever, we'll drip it out, and it's very exciting. Like the bear market is almost like the cliche, right? The bear market is for builders, and so what you basically have is kind of everyone sort of like doubling down on building new things and reaching out to other projects, and yeah, so it's fun. We're going to be integrated in some really cool projects coming out.
Yeah, and I just feel like when we're able to talk about this stuff, I mean, this stuff is like very high level, super impactful stuff that I think speaks to everything that we're trying to do here. And I just can't wait for all the people who have been with us this entire time to like be able to see it and be a part of it when all that stuff comes out. So it's gonna be cool. But no, everybody can still hate on Bear because I can't talk about stuff.
Oh.
No, I feel you, Bear. I wanna talk about the exciting things as well, but you just can't. That's just not the way the world works.
No.
Okay, Slim asks, have you all ever done ayahuasca? That's a good question. I will start, and no, I have not done it. Bear, Dota, what about you?
No.
Dota's definitely done it. Don't lie, Dota.
Yeah, Dota's
The way
Lying
lying right
right
Dota
now.
now.
just said no was like
I
the most
totally.
dry no.
He really
He's like,
meant
how
no. He
dare you
really meant
ask?
no. Yeah, I
No for me.
yeah, no for me. I haven't done it. I'm kind of scared. I'll be honest. That sounds. I don't know if I want to look that deep inward.
Yeah, it sounds intense from what I've heard.
It's
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
Wait, who's done it? Has anyone done it on stage?
yeah. This is Loch Ness.
Oh, Locke! Hell yeah!
Oh, Locke.
Oh
Well, let's
yeah!
go. Let's hear about it.
Yeah,
How
tell us.
was it?
Um, let's just say it's hard to talk about because like it's just such a trip. But I'll tell you one of the highlights. When I was super deep into my trip, like finally like done sort of vomiting and just purging everything in my body.
Fun.
Saw a really huge like red crimson dragon come into view,
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
its face was so close to me that like I could look directly in its eye, and then I started like journeying inside of the dragon's eye. So like I went inside the eye and it just like started turning into all these different symbols. And I saw the Eye of Horus, and the reason why that one sticks out so much is because after that trip I started seeing the Eye of Horus literally everywhere. Um, and I was at this drum circle here in LA, and I see this Eye of Horus, like post trip. I see this Eye of Horus, and I'm like, I gotta go inside this building. It's like a mural on side of this building. At the door of the building, it says "Knowledge is power." And I'm like, okay, I gotta see what's up. It's this really cool bookstore. It has like all of these books that are like sort of like I guess like illegal. You're not allowed to like take pictures or write down the name of any of the titles or authors. And I come across a tarot deck that has the Eye of Horus on it, and I buy it and start reading tarot. So, in conclusion, it'll
If,
do like the craziest journeys. Yeah.
if you want to travel inside a dragon, you know what to do.
Into the eye of the
Yeah.
dragon.
Yeah.
No,
That's
that's a
really
badass story, Locke. I almost want to commission that as an art piece, like you staring into the eye of a giant red dragon. That's so badass.
hell yeah.
Jitsi, what about you? Ayahuasca?
No, I've only been around people that have done it. I was like the babysitter, right? Like you always want someone around who's gonna help out when needed. So no,
Right.
I have not. But for those who have, when I was around them, they would seem to have one hell of a time.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely on my bucket list. Okay, Cosmic Nightjar asks, this is a good question. Why are wizards so fun to party with? Yeah, Cosmic Nightjar was one of the many wizards down in Miami, and I would, I think my answer to that question right now is probably because we have Michelangelo, the party dude, often leading these parties, and by that I mean Bear Snake. Um, Bear, would you agree with that?
Yeah, listen, I mean, we're only here for however long we're here for. Let's have fun. I also think like, um, why do wizards like have such a good time partying? I think it's because the bond is so strong online that when we see each other, we just sort of can't tame ourselves. Like it's just we're so happy, and then like the energy from everybody, every single wizard we meet IRL is like beyond any expectations, and I think so. The energy is just so incredible that yeah, we're just surrounded by magic. And when you're surrounded by magic, listen, you're gonna have a good time. Let's be honest.
I want to second that because I think it's, and so one of the reasons why I was like here from the get-go is because of the community, right? And like when the community is so sound and the people around you are kind of like, there's nobody fake here, right? And so when you meet everybody in person, it takes like 5 minutes and then you realize, holy hell, you're the exact same person online. And that's because everybody here is so great. Like I've been in a lot of communities from the gaming days that weren't like that, and you meet them in person, you have this like awkwardness and someone that just like isn't there. I can full-heartedly say that everybody here, you go meet them in person, they're gonna be the exact same way, and like that is so reassuring when you're around people that are just like true to like what you want to do throughout that day or who they are as a person, that it makes everything fun. And it's like, I don't know, just echoing that it's really important, and it's why we can have so much fun from day one and hopefully for years to come, right? Like it's, you have to have it.
Good, honest answers. Yep, totally agree. Kel asks, are there any FRWC apparel apparel merch planned for the holidays? I don't actually think we do. Do we, Bear or Locke?
No, we don't. We will, however, have a holiday card, which I'm super excited for everyone to receive. You're going to be able to submit your mailing information anonymously and receive a holiday card from the Magic Machine.
It's so cute. It's so cute. But also just to circle back on the merch, there are new designs. There will be new merch. I think we're just really trying to knock out some stuff and really get it right. Goblin Town is definitely taking up a lion's share of our time, but you'll be sure to see some new merchandise coming out soon enough.
Yep. And we
Yeah,
have
we've got two pieces we're working on that we all really love. One is a T-shirt, and the other is something else but we just are trying to get it right.
Okay, and then finally, Keshmar. This is kind of a cryptic question. In fact, I don't even think it is a question. It just says FMK Felis Kobold Imp. Is that a meme that I'm not privy to, or is that just Kesh trolling us?
I don't know. What
He's
it is.
probably just trolling you. Let's be honest.
Back at it again.
Love Cash.
Oh, he just said he said it's fuck Mary Kill. That's what it was.
Got it. Oh, obviously, okay. Oh, geez, that's
But like,
what was
is
it
this
for
within
again?
like for in the cult?
It
I
was
don't want to go down that road.
Pass. Yeah, pass.
Okay, I will be bold, and I'm actually going to answer this.
Right. I already know your answer.
Wow.
I find the imps to be the sexiest. I find the Felices are someone who you would want to like cuddle with for the rest of your life, and the
You're gonna
kobolds,
marry
yeah,
the Fearless.
kill all the kobolds. That's my answer.
If you kill all the kobolds, there won't have to be this debate about yellow or green anymore.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why I want
Horns
to kill
versus
them.
ears. Yeah.
declaration of war if I've ever heard one.
Yeah.
Watch your back.
Okay, and then also we have two people requesting to speak. I'm going to bring them up and see what kind of questions they've got. William, I think you were first. William, what's up? If you're there, William, can you unmute?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yes.
There we go.
Oh, I know who you are. I remember you. We were in constant conversation last night. Screen. You're great.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you. I love what you guys are doing so far. Sounds like a dope group you got going on.
All right. Well, scream back at you, brother. Gleesy, were you going to offer a scree as well, or something?
No, that was really it. You let somebody else take the stand. I just wanted to say what's up.
Okay, awesome.
Hey.
Well done, guys.
By the way, I just want to say hi to Entropy. Hopefully, you approve of all of our screening because I know you're part of the Goblin Town team, and you guys have done it so well. You don't scree, you do other things, but we see you there, and you've inspired us.
Oh, do we have someone from the Goblin Town WTF on stage right now?
Yeah, Entropy's right there. But
fantastic!
Don't make him come on stage if he doesn't want to. But say hi to him.
Okay, I just want to take this opportunity to say you guys had an amazing Miami event. I like the fact that for those of you who don't know, the Goblin Town What the Fuck party was literally in an abandoned mall, like a mall that looked like it was abandoned like the early 90s. And like a lot of the garbage was still in there and they didn't clean it up, which was like perfect for Goblin Town. The drinks were good. The music was good. Just the vibe. Oh, and they were giving away free tattoos, which, by the way, Tanya Del Rio got one.
The legend.
Yes.
Legend Tanya.
I saw that.
Entropy.
Fantastic, Tanya.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do you guys want to say anything else about it? I thought it was awesome.
It was so fun. When I first got there, I gotta say, I was not feeling it. You can ask Tanya, because it was like kind of scary. I even actually said, Dota, it reminded me of that like back rooms game that you had sent us, or what is it called? Yeah, because you had to like climb all these scary stairs and stuff. And I was like, guys, I'm not really into this. They're like pranking us or something. There's not even going to be a party up there. And when we got up to the top, it was really cool. It was like neon 80s, like weird, kind of smelled like piss. Like it was definitely perfect for Goblin Town. It was amazing. The DJ was really good. It was fun.
Thank you. Thank you. That is actually spot on with the experience of entry that we were hoping to go for with this. I will say the original intent was we were going to have groups of people come up in the freight elevator, and then the freight elevator broke about 30 minutes before show start. So I just grabbed cardboard signs and we went with the wayfinding route up the stairs.
Very Goblin-esque.
I'm just happy it broke before we got there and we didn't get stuck inside. That would have been terrible. Yeah.
Totally. No, thank you. I want to, thank you again, Bear Snake, and everybody for coming to the party. It was so great to have you guys there. And like, we did a lot of work to set that up and set the tone and the mood for it and everything, but it was only made what it was by the people that showed up to come and hang out. And I was so happy to have some whizzies out there and to be able to meet you guys in person and talk more. It was fantastic. And I was so happy for it.
It was a pleasure meeting you guys and girls, and yeah, everybody on the team. For anyone who hasn't like engaged with the Goblin Town team in person, they are just all fantastic human beings. I think they're here for the right reasons, and I think they've done a fantastic job sort of building a brand and a community. Exactly. Thank you, NFT.
Oh man, the goblins are taking over.
Yeah. Part of me, like, my new thing is going to be like to scree or to pee, and I think that could be a nice little relationship between us and the goblins.
Ooh, I like that. That's good.
That's gold.
I might have to make a T-shirt.
Yeah, no, the Goblin Town event in Miami and in NYC was one of the most creative, unique, like just the amount of detail they put into just really leveraging the theme of the project. They do an excellent job.
The burger truck,
like handmade signs, the costumes, the venue. It's just really well done.
The art that they were giving away too. I mean, Entropy, that was so cool. Where
genius.
You guys were just going around. The art was really good. Dr. Slurp got a great piece.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm super glad to hear that. I'm going to 100% return that compliment to you guys for the New York party. That was one of the only other events that I was able to make it to out at New York, and the vibes were immaculate. You guys had such cool little disparate like activations throughout the entire thing that you could kind of go, and such a good mixture of like the dance floor and then little spaces to steal away and write some notes and check out the video game and everything. I had such a good time at that, so I was super glad to have y'all into our party as well.
Awesome, man.
Fantastic. Oh, it looks like we have a question from
Mr.
Yeah.
Oh. Who just dropped the fatty?
I'm loving this bleed over between Wizard Space and Goblin Space.
Man, it really is.
Like interlocked fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it really is. Well, yeah. I mean, this is what happens when you start interacting with goblins. Don't be surprised.
Mester, what's up?
Mr. Brown's got the funny joke of the week for Wednesday. Are you ready? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Goblin mode.
Goblin mode, the word of the year. You know, I wanted to touch on that. I'm sure everyone knows, but Goblin mode has been designated literally the word of the year by, I think it's like Webster's Dictionary. And, you know, some people would say that it's a coincidence.
Dude, you totally butchered my joke.
Wait, I know. I asked Goblin mode who. I didn't know if that was the punchline.
Oh God, I thought Goblin mode was the punchline. Sorry.
Wow, we didn't even like get through the joke.
Yeah.
I am the worst host. This is why Sammy's the new cult leader.
Wear a t-shirt.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, I was just gonna say, yeah, is it a coincidence that it was announced word of the year the same day we launched our Goblin Town Twitter? No, it is quantum synchronicity, obviously. And so maybe we can pivot into that. If you guys don't know, as you can see on stage, our new Goblin Town mini game that we're building now has a Twitter account. And so I just want to have a quick conversation. Locke is currently running that account, and Locke, my first question, of course, is just Scree. Okay, yeah, exactly, and you know, we were talking in the all hands the other day, and we couldn't figure out whether we should Scree or Scree, but tell him what we decided.
Scree!
Exactly. And now that Scree has been rolled out, I'm realizing that we actually should have Screed. So yeah, is there anything else you want to say?
Well, you know, I was really thinking about just how we can Scree! Okay, but for real, so hard for not to laugh.
If we can speak in human language for just a minute, tell us what this account is actually all about.
So this account is all about Scree. No, I'm just kidding. We really just want to embody these different aspects of the Runiverse, and Goblin Town was one of the first. Was actually on our map many moons ago when we summoned the wizards last summer, and this game, which Dota has been working on for like about over a year now. It's been coming.
Yeah, I've wanted to make this game for like a year. Yeah.
So yeah, it's finally coming to fruition. We thought, why not embody the Degen, the whole sort of lore of Goblin Town is that it mimics the river that actually goes through Goblin Town, mimics the charts that happen in a bear market. And instead of having it looped into the Forgotten Runes Twitter, we wanted to just like have a real Degen space that was a new platform, allowed people to scream and have a ton of fun. I don't know what else can I say?
Yeah, the decision to like make a separate Twitter account from the Runiverse one is, you know, it's partly an experiment where it's definitely got a different style. It's part of world building. When you build a world, I think you can certainly have more than one Twitter account. And like honestly, we're already learning a lot from just like starting this new account because it's got a totally different vibe, different strategy. Go ahead, Locke.
Yeah, all the fun stuff we really wanted to experiment with. We wanted to keep the Forgotten Rooms like digital ecosystem true to itself and be both informative and have some like character play, and we always tease a ton of our new projects there, and we just wanted to have this space really like truly fully embody Goblin Town, Goblin culture to Scree. And it also helped us sort of bring in people from outside of the cult. This is, with fantasy, I can understand that it is a lot to take on. Crypto in and of itself is a lot to learn. There's a steep learning curve. And then you add fantasy and world building on top of that. And I can easily see how for some degens who just want a degen, it's just like too much to take on. So this hopefully serves as a stepping stone, or rather gateway drug to the Runiverse.
Totally. And I think, there's a lot of fun to be had, but there's also going to be a lot of moving forward, like just exposition about the details of the game, how it's going to work. So it's going to be a balance, and Locke and Jitsi and a couple people on the team have been doing some killer work on how to roll it out, and I think I think people are really going to like this game. I think this is something not surprisingly, quite novel. I certainly haven't seen anything like this out there, so I'm excited for everybody to see it.
And I think we're going to start even a second Discord for it as well, because I think this is the same sort of thing where we want to be able to kind of like have Forgotten Runes Wizards and the Runiverse like have its own kind of feel, but you can imagine this sort of like really intense, really active, goblin-driven Discord maybe needs a bit of partitioning from the Secret Tower. So, yeah, we'll send out some announcements when I think that's ready.
And then Locke mentioned like the gateway drug. Are we allowed? Did I think we already told we're airdropping tokens to partner projects, and of course Goblin Town WTF is going to be a big.
Well, let me talk about the game too,
Sure.
a little bit. So let me talk about the game, and then a little bit overview. You'll hear me repeat this a lot, right? Because it's not going to be ready till at least probably January now. But so you hear me talk about this a lot. But let's just go over it real briefly, and then I can talk about the airdrops too. So the game is sort of inspired initially by Settlers of Catan. So if you haven't played Settlers of Catan, it's a hex game. There's a hexagonal map, and you place settlements on the corners of those hexagons, and you place roads along the edges. And as the game progresses, you earn resources from the tiles that neighbor your settlements. And so this will be shaped instead of like on kind of your tabletop where you're playing with just like 5 people, you'll actually be playing on a massive map with all of crypto Twitter. And instead of someone rolling the dice, you'll actually accumulate these resources continuously. And then you'll use those resources not only to build more roads, to capture more territory, to build more settlements, but there's also a bit of a battling component. So the beasts actually are in the Goblin Town game, and the beasts act maybe analogously a bit like the robber would in Settlers of Catan, meaning if the beast moves into your territory and you've built up, you've got a settlement that you've upgraded, so it's generating all of these resources for you, but then the beast comes into your neighborhood, the beast will actually get those resources instead of you. So of course you will want to drive the beast away, and you will be able to use bands of soldiers which will be able to drive those beasts away. You also can choose to battle your bands of soldiers against other bands. And the mechanics that will be involved there will reveal more as we go. But you'll be able to both kind of get soldiers within the game, so by spending in-game resources to get soldiers, as well as be able to use your wizards and warriors as kind of leaders of those bands, which will have certain advantages in terms of how many goblin soldiers they can coordinate, the sort of maybe power-ups for strength or defense or curses that you can give to someone else. So all of these kind of like mechanics that you have in terms of battling other bands and battling the beasts. You can even go out and attack other people's settlements and structures, and defend your own, and join up with one another, and team up. So all those things will be wrapped up in a crypto on-chain based board game, and you'll be able to kind of draw cards and buy items and use those items to strengthen your army, for magic and money, as Blanco Moco says.
And then, yeah, I mean, we talked about this before, but it started out as Dota just wanted to build a simpler Settlers of Catan game, and
Totally.
and we were like, okay, but you also have to include the beasts and the wizards and other tokens, and it like just radically changed the game mechanics, of course, and so now it's this like beautiful new thing that Dota has built. And so that's sort of an overview of the mechanics. And then how are we looping in other projects?
Okay, so yes, exactly. So like a year ago, there are all these on-chain games like, Wolf Game, Raid Party, like Wizards and Dragons, and like that's where this idea even came from. Is I was like, oh, I really want to play Settlers of Catan. Like, when is someone going to do Settlers of Catan? And I was just like, I felt like someone would have launched a Settlers of Catan on chain like a year ago. Like I thought that it was due last December, and like still no one has. And so yeah, we started off with like a very basic version, but yes, as Elf says, we kind of, well, we want to include, it's this balance of like, one, I want the game to go on for a long time and not just be like, oh, the richest person just wins within the first week. Two, we wanted to be able to use the beasts. We wanted to be able to use the wizards and warriors. But three, you also want people from the outside to be able to come in and play and feel like you have a chance to win, right? So I don't want this to be just an insular that's just a game wizards play. Like ideally, we have sort of all of crypto Twitter participating, and you get value. Maybe there's an incentive for people to buy wizards and warriors, but at the same time, you could just play the game on its own. So, yeah. So we'll be doing an airdrop of basically the initial resources, right? So in this game, kind of the fundamental unit would be like a settlement. You place a settlement, and now all of a sudden you earn resources continuously. And so we'll basically rank order kind of the amount. I'll have to release final numbers after we balance the game a little bit more, but we basically have is like at the lowest level will be sort of outside partners, particularly people that that participated in the trick or treat. So maybe they get a settlement or two settlements, right? Just enough that you've got it airdropped. There's no reason not to come find an empty space on the board, place your resources, and just like let them run. And then from there, a bit higher up, we'll do the warriors. And then from there, the souls will get a little bit more, and then like the wizards will get the most. Actually, maybe I should switch that. Actually, right? Maybe it should be like wizards and then souls after that. But essentially, it'll be basically a tiered kind of airdrop structure in terms of the amount of like starting resources that you have, depending on kind of like the tokens that you hold. And it'll be for Forgotten Runes holders, it will be like per token. So if you have like 10 wizards, you'll get 10 wizards worth of airdrop. So you'll benefit there if you hold more tokens. So yeah, it should be really fun. The board will be very, very big, and so really what matters more is just like being able to play and being strategic about how you play in the beginning versus like how many you start with, because the growth in Catan is actually exponential. So the more settlements you have, the faster you get resources. So that's a very, very fun mechanic, and I'm just very excited to play. And
but wait, did I miss it? Did you mention the partner airdrops?
Yeah, we're not gonna. Well, yeah, everybody who knocked on the door is gonna get an airdrop of sorts, but then there's going to be other fun airdrops to other people. I don't think we want to like totally spoil the fun, do we, Dota?
Well, I don't even think I've like totally worked out the exact numbers, but I think having some like amount of, for example, the Goblin Town WTF folks, we really like their team.
That's what I was looking for.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure, yeah. No, we should like. Now, do we necessarily airdrop like a huge number to the entire collection? Like maybe they need to actually claim it actively, for example.
Sure.
Like I don't know that we'll proactively airdrop those tokens. They might need to claim them with some sort of cap. But yeah, we'll include GoblinTown.wtf because of course, and maybe some others too.
Can I get the most airdrops?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Bear needs the
Bear, you're
advantage
not
for the
even
game.
allowed to play.
It's that easy.
Oh, damn it. I forgot I'm not allowed to play. I don't get to do anything.
Oh yeah, ponies are not left out. One of the things. Sorry, I'm reading Discord now. So there's a lot of moving parts here. I'm going to write the green paper for this project, and that'll include all the details. But like ponies are not left out. So when you have a band, they need to move across the board right before you can physically sort of like battle with another band. You have to be relatively in the same location, and so bands have a speed. And if you have ponies in your band, then you will be able to move faster because well, you have horses. So yeah, ponies are not left out.
As long as it's going to be fun. As long as it's going to be fun, I'm very excited.
I think it's going to be fun. I hope it doesn't blow up in the first like week.
No, I love how you're
to blame.
Guys, I was wondering where you guys all learned how to scree, because that's not how you do it. So after the close of Dota Summary there, I wanted to show you how a real goblin screes.
I'm going to turn my volume down.
Wow. I think we're going to have to do a little recording session, Orbis.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was an amazing scree by the voice actor who, believe it or not, also voiced the Sacred Keymaster in the trailer. Orbis is constantly amazing us with his voice talents.
Versatile.
Yes.
Bravo.
That was like a little burpy, a little farty. It was great. It was perfect.
Yo, what's good with that animated thing? Anyways, I was checking that out. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Well done, Orvis. I'm glad you came up and showed us how it's done. No one is allowed to ever scree again because we just cannot compete. Dota, I have a quick question. Why is it called a green paper?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because typically when people release these sort of things, they have like a white paper, right? So the white paper would be sort of like the formal document that outlines like the math and the mechanics and the incentives as best you can. And so, well, I just think a goblin's paper would be green. It's not that clever. I just thought it was funny.
No, it's perfect because this means now when we do a kobold game, we'll do a yellow paper. Obviously,
right? Exactly. Amazing.
You were gonna go there.
Oh, damn it! What a chess
What is set up?
Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, I mean that's the Goblin Town game. I know we've been talking about it for a while, but it's getting closer. It's got a Twitter. It's going to have I think a Discord very soon. And I definitely want to invite the Goblin Town team for sure. Who better to play Goblin Town than a bunch of goblins, obviously. So yeah, I don't know, Bear, Dota, anything else on that?
We're all kind of like chugging away on it. We've got artists working on it. We'll be sharing more of that art soon. We've got myself and Niski working on some of the smart contracts today. I was working on, this map is massive, and so you of course can't load it all into one web page at once. And so I was working on the algorithms to kind of lazily load only the hexagons that you're looking at, making sure that it's multiplayer and reloads. So, all these kind of like boring technical details to make something that should all add up to be something really beautiful and fun. So it'll be pixel art, hex-based board game, and I just want to play, honestly.
And keep your eyes on the account because there's some really, really fun art and lore, and of course, sort of all the details that will be forthcoming on how to play the game. So it should be a really fun account to follow.
It's an interesting question too. Actually, Barry, you were saying, "Oh, can I get airdrop the most?" And then Jitsi earlier today was asking, he was like, "Can we play?" And this is an interesting question because, like, one of the things, so we have, for example, like an internal like Magic Machine policy in terms of the assets that you can buy and sell. Like, so for example, if a Magic Machine employee wants to buy a wizard or a warrior, it's perfectly fine, but we ask that you hold it for 30 days, for example, right? Like, we want to make sure that we're being completely above the board in terms of all of our like buys and sells to not like sort of front run people's information. I don't want to be Nate Chastian's roommate in prison. And so like we have to be very careful to like be above the board in those things. That said, all of us super want to play this game. Like, I'm making this game because I want to play. So we might need to actually come up with a strategy where we say, like, these are our accounts. We airdropped ourselves the same amount as everyone else. Well, I think that we want to play, actually. So we'll see.
I was joking just about, I was being a little bratty baby about getting airdrops. I don't even think I'm going to have time to play. But I'll try.
Jitsi wants to play.
Really want to play.
He's definitely not allowed to play.
Sorry, I'm sick today, Magic Machine. Don't know what's happening. And then you'll just see me playing the board game all day.
Suspect. All right, so we'll come up with some rules, Dota. Jitsi can't play and some other people can't play. Perfect. All right, so that's Goblin Town, yeah.
Yeah, Orbis, can you give us another one of those world-class screes?
Oh, you want it? Okay.
Oh yeah, we want it.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go.
Oh my god.
Oh,
wow.
Man. I feel like we need to start a prog metal band, and Orbis is the lead singer.
Seriously, man.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm ready for that. I've been waiting my whole life for that.
Perfect.
That is
I'm on drums.
some true talent. Cool. So one quick little update I wanted to give is we've got the walk cycles for the Warriors done. But giant caveat, they are very buggy. And so, we last time we delivered the Wizard walk cycles and they were like 99% perfect, I think. But like, it took a long time to release them. So we tried a different strategy this time. We're just gonna release the V1, and then if anyone has like a bug in their Wizard, we would ask you to just DM Locke or Jitsi or Nalgene, because now we have a bug reporting system, and we will just use that to track all the walks that don't work. Because believe it or not, folks, it's really difficult to check 30,000 characters and to see if they're all perfect, or 25,000. I can't remember how many in Warriors, but yeah. So yeah, we just gotta. What's that, Dota?
It's only 16.
Oh, 16. Yeah. Where did I get 30,000? I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, we will, if your warrior is broken, then just let us know and we'll put it on the tracker system. And actually this goes for wizards. I think wizards are perfect, but if there's one that's not, let us know. So yeah, that's that. What else we got? We've got like 15 minutes left. I've got some white hat lore that I think I wanted to talk about, because yeah, we want to start just talking a little bit more about lore in every Wizard Wednesday. Slowly roll that out. So I don't even think we did talk about lore last time because we were in Miami, but the one before that was the brown hats. So today, let's go over the white hats, and then next week will be my favorite, the purple hats. But today it's white. So, yeah, when we refract white light through a prism, we see that it is made of all the colors that I can see. And so all the world's complexity is reduced to a clean and minimal expression, a single beam of wholly achromatic light. This is sort of the reduction of everything to one thing. It's about chaotic complexity to simple minimalistic order. So the white hats, they ponder the void and they see order. They ponder the universe and they reduce it to a singular rune. And so while the rest of the hat colors are either seeking power through obscene wealth, or seeking truth through the endless quest for knowledge, or deep wisdom in the natural world, or the pleasures of youth. The white hats are sitting in their high tower, quietly meditating through all of it. They say that enlightenment is found not in excess, it is found in the essential. Um, the shadows have left the cave only to find that in the end, supreme order was on the wall all along. These aesthetic sages rarely venture forth to exert themselves on the world stage. Their magic is subtle, quiet, and rarely seen. This has led many in the Runiverse to question if these Stoics are hiding an immense power level, or if in fact they have no power at all. And so this is one of those archetypes that you see in media a lot. And just like the green wizards, the whites are not. I find that they're not easily categorized into the good and evil rubric, because they have such a reductionary philosophy that it makes these labels of good and evil seem quaint. A classic example is Nietzsche's Zarathustra, who was a sage who spent 10 years on a mountaintop, sort of just detached and separated from all of humanity. A more modern example would be like Dr. Manhattan, from The Watchmen, who adopted the hydrogen atom as, which is the simplest of all elements. He adopted that as his pure expression of reality. And so he's often very much attached from the affairs of humanity, often with detrimental effect. But every time he does these things that humans would consider terrible, he rationalizes it with calm, lucid, ordered rationality. And we often see this detached personality in many of the sages we see across media. Pai Mei in Kill Bill is a good example. Master Splinter from the Ninja Turtles is a good example. So true to the white hat philosophy, their explanation is really quite simple. There's not a lot to it. If there was three features that I could use to describe them, it would just be order, aesthetic minimalism, and hidden power level. So yeah, that's the white hats. That didn't take too long, but yeah, next week will be the purple. They are my favorite, and they are the reason why I chose the Purple Wizard as the PFP for Forgotten Runes on Twitter. So stay tuned next week.
Awesome.
Bear Dota, we've got like 7 minutes.
Thanks. Yeah. So, one of the things that I would love to do on Wizard Wednesday, I think one of the things we were talking about is, we talk a lot about lore, we talk about creativity, we talk about creation. Well, maybe we can cover some cult content even today. And I think that, like, as much as we can, we should always be like talking about that, the act of creation, because it's really the leaving your rune on the door. That's sort of the point of this project. At the same time, I think that NFTs do exist within this like new financial infrastructure. And I would totally be down for doing a segment on Wizard Wednesday that's like Dota's DeFi. So just like we have updates from the Bear Cave, we could have a moment of Dota's DeFi, where I would be happy to kind of stay here and sit down and talk about, we could explain some of the ins and outs of like NFTX and the incentives behind it. We could talk about like pseudo swap and how it works and how you might use it. We could talk about like NFT loans with like NFT Fi, where people are like borrowing against their NFTs, and and you can like give out loans in exchange for other people's NFTs as collateral. So, I'm a nerd, and I think that these like new DeFi primitives are super interesting, and I know that there's a lot of other people who are interested in those as well. So yeah, so if you would be interested in Dota's DeFi, let me know in the secret tower if there's anything in particular you want to hear about. But I think I'll probably do that over the next, as we kind of can fit them in, because there's cool stuff out there.
Yep, agree. Yeah, it's the kind of thing that I know very little about, and when Dota starts talking about this stuff, it makes me just reaffirm how grateful I am to have a Dota on the team. Bear, would you agree with that?
Good Dota, good Dota.
Yeah.
No, of course. I mean, this is why it works. Is because I know nothing about what he's talking about, yet it is crucial that we have someone that does. So, yes, Dota, we love you.
Likewise.
Yeah. One of my favorite emojis in the Discord is the little Dota pet emoji.
Me too.
It's so freaking funny, and like
it's so cute.
I'm so often tempted to reply to things that Dota says with that emoji, but it also feels like it's a little condescending because it's like literally patting him on the head. So I never do.
Yeah.
Dota, do you take offense to that emoji? Because I love that emoji.
Oh no, I like it. It's fun.
Okay. I just had you gave me the green light to use it.
Okay, good.
We actually have some really good cult content this week that I want to give a shout out to. So one is Cosmic Birds. Cosmic Birds is always doing some really great memes, really great cult content. Cosmic Birds was super fun to hang out with in Miami. And so today Cosmic posted this let's return to it, really great scree in a fortune cookie. And it was such a great Photoshop job that I'm actually don't even know if that was a real scree in a fortune cookie.
Definitely real.
Yeah, I think it was for sure. So that was great. And then my friends did a really great CG character rig of everybody's favorite little bread friend. Bear, you actually had something to do with that, right?
Yeah, Bread Friend. I see a bright future for Bread Friend, actually.
I do too.
I want Bread Friend. I want every child and mother and father and cousin and uncle and aunt to have a Bread Friend.
Yes.
And I am going to make that sole purpose.
Politician Bear Snake.
Yeah, I may be campaigning for Bread Friend to run the state of California.
He's got my vote.
Yeah, thank you, Sammy. Yeah, now Bread Friend is, I think, going to be my primary focus here on out.
Fair enough. It's a worthy focus. Okay, and then speaking of my friends, there's a really great piece that I think, yeah, it's actually by Ozma Bro of a let's see, it's a light manipulator sage Eldon sits atop a fell pony mow the swell. Excellent wizard and pony art. Then another project called Crypto Zombies. I don't know much about them, but it looks like they put a Forgotten Runes wizard into their horde. Again, I don't know much about it, but the illustrator they have on their team is excellent. I love this drawing style. So
I actually think, I think Bread Friend's behind that project.
That would make sense.
Yes.
Okay, and then for a real controversial piece of cult content. So let me back up for a second. Magus Wazir, the one who rings, was hired by Magic Machine months ago, just because always great content coming from Wazir. So we just had to bring him in, and I feel like since we brought him in, we rarely acknowledge his memes, or at least don't do it as much, because now he's like an employee.
Right, we gave him real work to do.
Yeah. Regardless, he did a really great AI piece of everyone's favorite goblin, Sam Bankman-Fried, as a literal goblin. And frankly, the art is not too far from the reality. So I don't know if you guys saw that, but it's a great piece.
I shared it up in the space.
Okay, awesome. And then everyone's favorite shield warrior, Joan Danger of Riffraff, has another really great piece. Just a close-up of Joan Danger's portrait. Love that warrior, becoming legendary. And then Oz did a really great piece of another warrior, Kathleen, Protector of the Woodlands, facing the legendary beast of the Nightmare Imp. This is a really nice piece. I love the composition of it. I love the colors. Just really beautiful. And then speaking of Oz, he did another one of he's calling it The Birth of a Soul, featuring Soul 1498. Oz is so versatile. There's all kinds of styles that Oz works in, and I got to say, this is probably one of my favorite styles he does, where it's a little more realistic and the poses are a little more dynamic. And it's just a beautiful piece. And then Nifty Island, who is one of the metas that we are working with, just did a hilarious video of a female wizard just doing some sword play with what they're calling the Ultra Blade. The thing about this piece, number one, it's beautiful. You can tell that the meta they're building is just going to be awesome. However, they are using an old rig of ours. We have since changed style, so we need to get them a new rig, because that's one of our old ones. Regardless, very cool. And then Runes TCG. They did a post and it says, "So anyone ready to crack some packs?" I could be wrong, but I think they're actually doing physical cards. Does Dota? Do you know anything about that, or Bear, or Jitsi?
Ooh, are they doing physical? I don't know if they're doing physical, but I feel like I should know. I don't know.
Not
Given
that I
it's
know
here,
of.
you can come up and say, I think they're digital cards. But
Okay.
Yeah.
You can still crack a digital pack.
That's true.
The pack
You
looks
can.
so good.
You certainly can. Oh, there's Give a Hoot, who is leading this project.
While he comes up, another one is Wizard Nouns have walk cycles with Web3 integration.
Wait,
what?
Amazing.
Yeah, I saw that. They look incredible.
How did I miss that?
Wizard Nouns got into Web3 faster than we got Warriors into Web3.
No, that's great. Give a Hoot, what's up?
Hey, happy Wizard Wednesday. How's it going?
Hey.
No, we will be cracking digital packs for the Runes TCG.
Got it.
However, when I've shown people this concept, I would love to make physical cards, which you can get via the treasure trove. Just throwing it out there, you can get physical Runes cards to play with people IRL, and they're awesome. But yeah, and also, speaking of Oz, the one and only, he did the card pack art. If it's not obvious, and it's amazing. So yeah.
Very good.
It's amazing.
Yep. Matto, did you want to say something?
Oh yeah, I was gonna comment on the Runes card, but Give Who came up himself to talk about it. That it was, I believe you said it's gonna be the new cards that are coming out that people will be able to mint, right? Because we already have like the test net ones that Oz made originally for like the original pack, and then these are gonna be like brand new ones with new art and stuff, right?
Yep, correct. So these are actually the cards that were funded by the DAO, the proposal. So this is kind of that coming to fruition. I've been able to work with the artists, even though the DAO funding has been a little bit slower.
The DAO.
And so, yeah, oh man, maybe maybe we can talk about that in another Wizard Wednesday. But yeah, so this is there's gonna be, I think, 62 cards, because it's funny, I got the commission for 60. But the artist I was working with actually ended up being able to do a few extra, and I just couldn't say no to them making more cards, so I paid a little out of pocket to make some cards. But yeah, so these are the new cards that we'll be able to mint, and more details coming on this soon. And so yeah, pay attention to the Twitter. I'll be putting out some information. Also, join the Discord if you hadn't. But yeah, that's a little bit about that.
Let me talk about the DAO for a second, since you brought it up. The DAO is still going. So I want to give just a massive thanks and appreciation for everyone who's been a part of the DAO. So this is Bam Bam, me, Jitsi, Matto, Retired Yield Farmer, The One Who Rings, Meth, Reptar, and TV, and then previously Slick Chick. And just that I know that it was probably last November that we announced that we're doing a DAO, and they have been meeting every single week. We've been meeting every single week. And meeting with legal, and we have 3 different combinations of lawyers and service providers and board members based out of the Caymans, and we have been putting together legal docs, procedural docs, and these meetings are, to put it lightly, incredibly boring, and they have been just doing such a good job to being like really, really like showing a lot of grit, because the process has been frankly like quite frustrating, because it's a lot of like we give documentation and they want to make sure that like I'm not a terrorist, and then like they want like the blood of my children, and it's just like so much documentation. But we are very, very close. I think that I believe that we have like one more piece of paper to send them, and we should be greenlit to actually like file the formal paperwork for the DAO in January. So yeah, it's been a long time coming. I'm incredibly like proud of the team there. They're all like very smart, like professional, motivated people meeting every single week, and it's still taken us this long. I think it goes to show you, one, just like how a lot of like quote unquote DAOs are probably just sort of like winging it. And when we're done, we're basically going to have like something that is like very well structured, very legally sound. And yeah, I'm just really thankful to that team. So the DAO should be ready in January.
Yep, agree. I've been sitting on the sidelines, but every time I see just the bureaucracy that you guys are going through, it looks like a nightmare.
Well, just like legal and banking and governments like don't like they're like both like skeptical, cautious, and like they don't even understand like crypto and how it works.
They're
And
so far behind.
Yeah,
I think they don't really understand more of like kind of like this online commerce kind of thing in a way, like because they're used to commerce as like person to person, like you have a customer that whatever, like it's all good. But like when you have that anonymity, that like scares them. It's like, well, we don't know what's being done in the shadowy underbelly of the internet and stuff. So it's like, listen, we're just doing like it's nothing shadowy going on with funding projects that people were just doing for fun. Like that's just people supporting one another. But it's like they want to make sure everything is traceable in case something in case there's some shadowy stuff going on, and it's really scary.
My favorite part is getting into a conversation with, like, in my mind, I have my cobalt mask or suit on, and I'm like, all right, lawyers, I'm dumb as bricks. Please explain everything to me like I'm two, and just like trying to like sift through this all and figure it all out. It's been educational, and I think it's ultimately driving everybody that we have this goal that's going to highlight and emphasize some of the great creators and creations that we have behind the community. And so it's like the star right there, like the light at the end of the tunnel, that I don't think we would have all done it if we didn't believe that this will be something that we can use for years to come, that will only help the community express themselves and create art, right? Like that's the goal. We're aiming for it. I think it's close. It's it's a trek. It's a trek.
Yeah. You've been doing a good job.
I've seen some of the artwork that's come out that's like kind of in the works from the Runes TCG that's coming out next. Well, I don't know how soon it's coming out, but I've seen some of the upcoming art. I haven't seen all of it, so I'm not quite spoiled, but I can say that it's come out really well. There's a lot of great artists that are working on it, and so I'm so glad that the DAO was able to help like support funding it. Thank you so much for getting this project going through, and kind of like accepting that we're going to be a bit slower for making that full payment, but appreciate you so much for working on it. I think everyone's going to be really glad to see it.
Plus one of that.
Well, we're almost out of time. The team from Goblin Town, so thrilled to have you on stage today. Did you want to say anything? Any final words?
I think there's so much cool, like awesome parallels between our two communities, and I'm just really grateful for the chance to meet y'all and get to know you a little bit better. Super excited about some stuff that we might do together, and I think I've kind of described it internally and to some other people this way. Like, there are a few communities out here that I feel like the holders and the members of that community are willing to like really put on the costume and show up to the party playing their character. And I think that's something we both do incredibly well. When I first got into NFTs, Forgotten Runes was one of the first ones I identified as like, that is a place that I need to be. And as soon as I could afford to buy in, I grabbed one. I've got a couple wizards now, and I'm going to keep buying them up. You guys are awesome. And it's been so great to meet you and get to know you. Yeah, thank you. This has been fun. Very excited for things to come, and super excited to play that game.
Woohoo! And excited to see what you guys do next. So we'll be keeping a lookout.
Yep. Thanks so much. Anyone else? Final words?
Oh, I will say one last word actually.
Yep.
I know earlier you touched on that the wizard nouns are playable in Web3. I think that there are some that are having like issues loading in Web3. So we'll work with the Web3 team and kind of like see what's wrong with having them load. In the meantime, if you want, you can ping me in the Discord, let me know, hey, I've tried going to Web3 with my wizard noun and it's not working. And then we'll get those numbers sorted out for you, and we'll be able to send you your walk sprites, like just a sprite sheet similar to how you're able to download the sprites from the Book of Lore, so that way you can just see it for yourself and you can use it for yourself as well. More to come on that. I guess I'll do a larger announcement next week because I want to talk a bit more about it, but just a heads up. Thank you, everybody.
Awesome. Give a hoot. Did you have something?
Yeah, actually, two things real quick. One, we didn't get to your piece of cult content, so I feel like we should do that next week.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll talk about it next week.
Okay, and then or this week or whatever. But then second is also, I mean, this is like kind of becoming a weekly thing, but Legatus is killing it with his pony races. I think the pony race thread might be one of like the most active places in the Discord right now. He's running like a race of 60 ponies and like tracking all the rolls and stuff, and like it's just absolutely insane, and it's like a lot of fun. So huge shout out to him too, and it's been super fun the past few weeks participating. So yeah, I had to throw that in there too.
Totally agree. Legatus, the pony race manager. I've been loving it. My pony. I think my pony's doing pretty well. I don't think he's in last place, but I don't think he's in first place either. But yeah, I agree. Black Sands pony racing, a Runiverse favorite for sure.
Should we let Sami Kitty sign us off?
I was just getting ready to do that.
Yeah.
Sammy, are you ready?
Come on,
I'm
Sammy.
born ready, guys. Born
All
ready.
right, have at it.
Okay, this has been Sami Kitty, Elf, Dota, Bear, Matto, Jitsi, Orbis, and the team from Goblin Town channeling out. Good night, everybody.
Let's go, Mountain.
We love the cult.